The diner felt unusually tense, despite its cozy glow. As rain slid down the windows and blurred the streetlights outside, Daniel sat quietly in his booth, across from his young daughter Lily, who was busy dipping fries into ketchup with innocent focus. For them, this small place was comforter routine. That helped stitch together their life after loss. But tonight, Daniel couldn't settle into that comfort. His attention kept drifting to a woman seated near the exit. She looked out of place, like a shadow in a room full of light. Her fingers clutched a glass of water too tightly, untouched, while her eyes flicked toward the glowing red exit sign again and again. It wasn't casual. It was urgent, measured, almost desperate. Each glance seemed filled with calculation, like she was silently rehearsing something over and over in her mind. Daniel tried to dismiss it at first. People had their reasons: bad dates, stressful days, personal worries. But then Lily leaned closer and whispered, "Daddy." That lady looked scared. Children noticed what adults often ignored, and her words made Daniel look again, this time more carefully. That's when he saw it. A man, sitting a few tables behind her, pretending to scroll through his phone. His posture was too still, his attention too fixed. Every time the woman shifted, his gaze followed. He wasn't just another customer. He was watching her. A quiet tension built in Daniel's chest. He subtly adjusted his position, pretending to reach for Lily's drink, but really trying to confirm what his instincts were already telling him. The woman's shoulders tightened whenever the door opened, for breath, visibly catching each time someone walked in or out. She wasn't waiting for someone. She was waiting for a moment, a chance. Daniel's mind raced. He wasn't the kind of man who looked for trouble. His life revolved around keeping Lily safe, building something stable for her. But he also knew what fear looked like. Then the woman across the room was living in it. He glanced at Lily, who had gone quiet now, watching him with curious eyes. Then he looked back at the woman. For a brief second, their eyes met. Hers held something unspoken: panic. Yes, but also hope, like she was silently asking if anyone saw what was happening. Daniel exhaled slowly. In that moment, the noise of the diner faded, replaced by a single, clear thought: sometimes doing nothing is the worst choice of all. He reached for his jacket, his decision made. Whatever was happening, he wasn't going to ignore it. The bell above the diner door jingled sharply as Daniel pushed it open, the cool night air rushing in like a sudden release of pressure. The woman stepped out beside him, her breathing uneven, her hands still trembling as she clutched her bag close to her chest. For a moment, neither of them spoke. The rain had softened into a light drizzle, and the street outside glowed under the reflection of neon signs and passing headlights. "Keep walking," Daniel said quietly, his voice calm but firm. He didn't look back, but he could feel the tension trailing behind them, like something unfinished. They moved down the sidewalk, putting distance between themselves and the diner. After a few steps, the woman finally exhaled, shaky, fragile breath that seemed like it had been trapped inside her for hours. "Thank you," she whispered, her voice cracking. "You have no idea." Daniel slowed his pace slightly, glancing at her. "You're safe now," he said, "but we should make sure you stay that way. Do you have somewhere to go?" She nodded quickly. "My sister. She lives a few blocks away. I just needed to get out of there without him." Noticing too soon, her eyes flickered back toward the diner, fear still lingering. "He's been following me since this afternoon. I thought coming somewhere public would help." But she trailed off, swallowing hard. Daniel understood enough. He didn't push for more details. Sometimes people just needed space and safety, not questions. Behind them, the diner door opened again. Both of them stiffened. Daniel instinctively stepped slightly in front of her, his posture protective but controlled. A couple walked out laughing, completely unaware of the tension hanging in the air. The woman let out a small breath of relief, her shoulders dropping just a little. "You should go," Daniel said gently. "The sooner you're with someone you trust, the better." She hesitated, then looked at him with grateful, teary eyes. "You didn't have to help me," she said. "Most people wouldn't even notice." Daniel gave a faint, tired smile. "My daughter did," he replied. "She's the one who saw you first." That seemed to hit her differently. She nodded, emotion filling her expression. "Tell her, thank you. I will." A car passed, splashing water along the curb as the woman turned and hurried down the street. Her steps, quick but no longer panicked-driven now, by hope instead of fear. Daniel watched until she disappeared around the corner. Only then did he turn back toward the diner. Inside, Lily was still waiting, and as he stepped back through the door, the warmth returned, but something had changed. Not just for the woman who escaped, but for him too.